Okay, I needed to play this game, and I'm glad that I did. This game is almost universally appraised, and everyone is singing songs about this game, how great and amazing this game is, how it makes everyone feel the world around them. But no one actually explains what this game actually is. And I went in this game blindfolded, and well, we're gonna discuss what I felt there or didn't. And as you guessed, in this video we're gonna be talking about Outer Wilds and whether it is worth it to buy or not. As always, I'm going to be giving you the answer right away to not waste any of your precious time. And the answer whether the Outer Wilds is actually worth it or not is yes, but it is not for everyone, not remotely for everyone. Let me explain. First things first, I want to rant about this. Every single review from every big reviewer that I've actually seen is praising this game, how great and amazing is this, but no one actually tells anything about the story, about how the gameplay loop is, and how it actually plays. Everyone is saying, oh, this game is cool, showing some footage from this game and it's amazing and things like that. No one's actually even telling you the exact genre of this game. And only some few smaller reviewers actually go into the details. And well, in this video, I will be going into some details as well to give you a proper understanding what this game actually is, with absolute minimal spoilers, of course. What Outer Wilds is. If you have seen a footage of this game, the footage is something like this. You walk on a small planetoid bodies, like very small planetary spheres. You go into a spaceship and travel from planet to planet. That's literally what everyone is showing and what everyone is telling. You might think that this is actually story-driven space exploration or simulation game, but in reality, it's not. This game is exploration puzzle game. That's actual literal explanation what this game is. An exploration puzzle game. And no, you are not solving some small puzzles. Literal entire game is a one giant large puzzle that you need to solve by exploration. This is what this game actually is. You have one giant mystery that you have no idea that actually exists, and you find out the small pieces of this mystery to connect every small pieces to find whatever was happening around you and then maybe solve it. Again, we're not going to be talking about spoilers, but this game actually what it is. Now, how it actually plays and well, what's happening around you. So you are playing as a member of the Harthian race. You are basically an alien in low-tech kinda alien race. And you are an astronaut and you are preparing to well your first takeoff. And yeah, the race is actually very low-tech and like there are wooden starships. And yes, it's actually pretty cool and interesting vibe with this. It's a wooden homes, wooden starships, and things are everything made from wood basically. And being an astronaut in this game is not a big deal like in our world. It's basically being a sailor. You are given a spaceship and told, yeah, go and explore, and you just go and explore, do whatever you want. That's basically what being astronaut there means. You start in this village, and by the way, this is a very minor spoilers. It's literally the first few minutes of the game. You start in a village and start talking with the different people, and they just give you an information about previous astronauts, the world affairs, and things like that. It's not much, and yeah, the game is not voice acted. Everything is delivered through text. To be fair, I don't like reading the story through the text. No, I don't mind reading. I love reading the books, but when I'm playing the game, I'm focused on the game, not on the reading. So that's a bit an issue for me. But that's just me. I prefer to have voice acting, even the most rudimentary one. So basically some little things happen, spoiler alerts and things like that. You're gonna go into your spaceship and you are going to take off, and here you're literally free to go anywhere you wanna go. And no matter where you will go, you will find, well, let's say some things. You're gonna explore some things, and now you will need to actually make sense what is happening and what is that. You're gonna find some ruins and things like that. By the way, there are aliens in this game that were before you. Yeah, it's not a big spoiler. It's basically a story about exploring the alien ruins and things like that. But what is happening, why it's happening, and things like that. And everything that you do basically is put into your ship log. No one is actually telling you what ship log is, but ship log is extremely important. Ship log is basically your quest log, if you want to say it like that. Your small ship has actually a few different compartments, like not basically compartments, corners. One is where you actually control your ship. Second one is where you have your spacesuit and where you can refill your health and your jetpack fuel, which you actually have. And the last is your actually ship log. And when you go to your ship log, it actually shows you different rumors and different information that you have on different planetary bodies or things like that. When you go there, it actually tells you what is happening there, what you have uncovered, and whether you need to uncover something else or not, and other potential clues as well. You can follow these ones and just unlock this web of mystery that is happening around you, or you can go just explore freely and find these bits and pieces that are, well, completely random, and then as you continue exploring more and more and more, they actually start to connect all with each other. Everything is connected basically. Again, as I said, it's one giant puzzle. Spaceship is actually physics space. You're gonna sit down and, well, if you go into one direction, you're going to continue indefinitely in this direction until some external force will affect you, and usually external force in this case is actually gravity of different planets or even the star itself. And yeah, don't fly into the star because you're going to burn up. Don't fly too fast into the planets or you're going to explode, and things like that. There's nothing very complicated in that. There are 7 or 8 planets. I don't remember exactly how many planets there are, but each one of them are uniquely distinct. They have their own unique features. As an example, well, I don't think that's a spoiler, but still, the closest to the sun are Ash and Amber twins. These are 2 planets that are orbiting each other. One planet is covered in rocks and basically kind of very hot. Another one is covered in sand. And because the planets are actually very close to each other, one planet is actually pushing all the sand from another planet. And it's actually very important because when you go exploring early on into the game, you're gonna enter the territories and the caves and things like that on an Ember Twin that you will not be able to access later because, yeah, it will be covered in sand, and vice versa. The territories on an Ash Twin can be accessed only after the sand is completely drained and when the end game actually will arrive. There's also a comet that flies around the sun, and there are a bunch of smaller things that you can actually visit. And yes, that's basically all the gameplay. You need to unlock everything through those texts and finding this alien text and finding these alien logs and things like that. And it's an extensive reading. There is not a single voice dialogue, and you need to read a lot to get whatever is happening around you. So in reality, it's not actually a narrative story driven game. It's literally puzzle exploration. You will need to explore whatever is happening around you. And to be fair, I went into this game blindfolded. I've only watched these few big reviews that literally told me nothing, and I got into the game, and after playing like first 2 hours, I did not want to play this game anymore. I won't lie, I did not want to play this game anymore after 2 hours, just because I did not actually know what was happening around me. I've only seen these small clues and bits and pieces, and I had no idea whether they were connected or not. I just did not know what was happening around me. But I pushed through. And I just continued playing. And as I continued playing, as I started exploring more and more, it started making sense, and it got my curiosity, and then it got my interest, and then it hooked me, and then it hooked me even more until I was simply drowned in this world. It's insanely interesting. There's interesting mechanic in this game, which, well, kind of needs to be spoiling, but yeah, I won't spoil because you will encounter this regardless, so don't worry. There is no combat in the game. There are enemies that can kill you, but there are things that can kill you. Well, basically, if you fly into the sun, you will die, just know that. But there is not a huge penalty about that. Don't worry about this. And the game gets progressively interesting the more things you unlock and you uncover. Eventually, the mystery will just suck you in, and it becomes incredibly interesting. But now let's talk about the pricing of this game. So the game is available on Steam for the base price of $24.99 for Tier 1 countries and $12.49 for Tier 2 countries, and it can go as low as $14.99 for Tier 1 countries and $7.49 for Tier 2 countries. So game is also available on Game Pass for, well, basically for free if you pay for the Game Pass. So yeah, if you have a Game Pass, that's the best way to play. Now, I have a Game Pass, but I stupidly actually bought this game on Steam. And only after playing few hours I actually realized the game is actually available on Game Pass as well. But Do I regret paying money for this game? Absolutely not. This game perfectly captures the exploration vibe and the feeling of uncovering mysteries and connecting clues together with the beautiful environments and insanely beautiful music. This game has insanely beautiful soundtrack, and this is the music that you will need to listen to if you want to have this feeling of calmness and serenity. It's insanely beautiful how good this music is. But now the question, is it worth it for everyone? You see, this game is, again, it's exploration puzzle game. What you do in this game mainly is try to go from planet to planet on different times to find and understand whatever is happening or whatever happened in the past, and try to connect all these dots together and have it all in your mind, or rather in a ship log as well. But this type of game and this type of gameplay will not be loved by everyone. That's a fact. And not just that, this will not be loved by many people. The game does not have a narrative in a traditional sense. The game is not telling you what is happening around you. The game is not connecting the dots for you. At least it's not as apparent at first when you get into the game. And this might be a deal breaker for many people. The game is not as perfection as reviewers are trying to sell to you. Don't get me wrong, the game is insanely amazing and I just loved every single second of it. But I know that this game will not be loved by everyone. This is simply the fact. Not everyone will love it, and a majority of the people will simply abandon the game and never look at it after the first 30 minutes. It's not as perfection and as easy to understand as everyone is trying to tell to you. Again, as I said, I had to plow through first 2 hours of the gameplay to just get to the interesting part. It's not that nothing is happening during the first 2 hours. The same exact things are happening during the first 2 hours as for the rest of the game. Basically exactly the same things. But I was not getting this. And I'm pretty sure if I didn't sit down to review this game, then maybe I would not even finish it. I would not even give it a chance after the first 2 hours. But thankfully, I actually gave this game a chance. And yeah, thankfully for myself, because I would have missed an insanely beautiful game just because I was not patient enough. And unfortunately, many gamers are not just patient enough for this one. Well, you're going to be doing yourself a disservice if you will not be patient with this game. But if you will, you're going to find a lot of enjoyment and a lot of beauty in this game. So overall, my verdict is this. Just have an open mind with this game. If you have a Game Pass, go and play this game. Just go and do this. If you don't have a Game Pass and you want to you are going to get this game on Steam, get this game on a sale price in $14.99. It's absolutely worth it. Sit down and play for the first few hours with an open mind and try to get and connect dots together. If you like puzzle and, well, kind of like a detective games, you're going to enjoy this. You are going to have a lot of fun because this game's presentation, the same as it was with Hades, is insanely beautiful, and you are gonna love every single second of it. Yes, this game is as good as other reviewers are actually saying, but this game is not for everyone, not even remotely. And that's the thing that all the reviewers must be saying. Well, this should be it for today. Thanks for being here with me. Do you like puzzle exploration games like this one? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for being here with me. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more videos like this one. And I'm going to see you in the next one. See ya.